What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, guys. We back again. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk live daily. My man, MMA champ commentary in the building. First up, what's up with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through. All right, guys. So today, got an interesting topic. And feeling a little better. Need to shave, but decided to show my face today. How you guys doing? But I wanted to, Lewis Sports Network in the building. What's good with you? Princess and Queen in the building. What's up, Queen? Appreciate you coming through. Chin Smoke in the building. What's good, Chin Smoke? So let me drop this link in the chat right quick. Just in case somebody wants to come up and give their thoughts on today's topic. All right, so there's a link in the chat. So, guys, I want to talk about a topic here today. And, speaking my Sports Talk live daily, but we can get into anything. But we're not talking about sports today. I want to talk about something that's not really in the media. We're hearing a lot about Donald Trump, of course. We're hearing a lot about, police brutality, Black Lives Matter, and especially COVID-19. And none to say that none of these things are important. I would say Donald Trump's the least important of all of these things. However, there's something going on with all of our children of every ethnic background, all around the world. And it's a huge problem. And it's not being televised. It's not being publicized. It's not being talked about in the media. But it's a serious problem. And it affects all of us equally. Everyone and anyone's child is literally at danger. And it's such to the proportion as it's a global pandemic, even more so than coronavirus. And some people will say, well, no. But the reality of it is, because children are dying and being snatched and missing and affected more than people are dying from coronavirus. This is a fact. This is something that's going on right now. And we don't hear about it. Everything in the media is about what Trump said, what Trump's going to say next. Trump's a racist. Trump's not a racist. Trump's an elitist. That's all in the media. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Police brutality. That's all in the media. They're keeping this in front of you guys. And then the fear, coronavirus, wear the mask, don't wear the mask, take the vaccine, the fear. All of these issues are prevalent and we need to know about them. But these are the things that are being pumped in the media. But why aren't we hearing anything about this worldwide problem with the children? All of our children. There are children in the United States right now, reportedly, a little over 3 million children. That's reportedly. Okay, so from what I understand, that's what's reported. We got to realize there's more than that. Missing right now. I don't think that we've reached 3 million deaths from the coronavirus. I'm sure we haven't reached 3 million deaths of unarmed Black men being killed. It would be riots already. When you look at the numbers and just the mere statistics of, what they're pushing in the media and the importance of these things, What about the children? Because there's no discrimination with these people, this trafficking children. They're not discriminating. They're not looking at ethnic background. No, they're snatching up young boys and young girls all around the world and trafficking them. And this is something that's not being talked about. There are very, very powerful and rich people being locked up right now. And it's not being televised. You know, it's amazing to me that, and don't get me wrong, I talk about boxing. I talk about the NBA. I talk about, RIP Kobe Bryant. You know, we always talking about Donald Trump, Black Lives Matter, the African-American community. Definitely the coronavirus is involved in every conversation. And it's plastered all over the media, but you have to dig in. You have to hunt and search when it comes to finding out what's going on with the children around the world. And why is that? And I mean right here in this country. Guys, don't think this is a third world problem. This is something all the poor countries have to deal with. No. Kids are being snatched off the street right here in America, left and right, and being sent off and trafficked right now, guys. This is not another country's problem. This is an in-house problem. And people of power, billions of dollars, movie stars, music stars, entertainment celebrities are being locked up, persecuted right now. And we're not hearing about it. Oh, D, you don't know what you're talking about. Ha. Now wake up. The CEO of Wayfair just stepped down, guys. And it's all behind the allegations of this trafficking situation. CEOs don't step down over allegations unless there's something serious behind them. Trust and believe this. So what's with the whole Wayfair situation? Have you guys seen some of this stuff that's going on? Do you understand that there are how will we say, very influential, important, famous, and very rich people being locked away? Epstein and Max was just the beginning of this. It's almost like you have dominoes. You know how you have dominoes, and then you hit one down, and then they start falling all around. And this is what's about to happen. Muay Thai, 23 was good. What round does Conor finish Floyd? Yeah, no round. Conor McGregor can't beat Floyd. In the UFC, first round in the octagon. In the boxing ring, never. When people say Trump being president is a joke, surely they would say the thought of Kanye being president is a joke. Yeah, well, that's not a joke. That's an illusion. He's not stable enough to run Kanye. I don't know. Kanye is delusional. I don't think anybody would. He might have 100,000 wacko people that would vote for him. You need more than 100,000 to win, though. Yeah, Chopstick says crazy things been happening and go unreported. Well, there are a lot of crazy things, guys. A whole lot of crazy things that's been happening that go unreported. You know? Ness Mendoza in the building. What's good with you, Ness Mendoza? Ness Mendoza again. Smoke in the building. What's good? Get this smoke. Chopsticks, Princess and Queen. Barker Raider. What's up with your Barker Raider? Where you been, brother? He said Trump buddy Jeffrey Epstein was all about trafficking children. But Barker Rader, see, you have to dig deeper into this. Donald Trump and those, see, the pictures and the buddying and all of that of Donald Trump and Epstein was long ago. But they don't talk about, this is what the media does. They don't talk about how Donald Trump publicly shamed and kicked Epstein out of the party for coming at a 14-year-old, bro. And then, like, hadn't really dealt with the guy since that. It was a party that Trump threw, and Epstein came at a 14-year-old. And people, other celebrities and rich people admitted this. And Trump basically, I don't know what he said, what was said exactly, but probably cussed him out, kicked him out the party, and didn't deal with him since then. And that's something that's not widely spread in the media. This is true. This has happened. That happened. And he didn't deal with Epstein since then. But all of the footage and everything that people are saying about Trump and Epstein is prior to that party and prior to that incident when Trump was even dealing with the dude. And that shit's documented, but it never comes out in the media. The only thing that comes out in the media is this about Epstein and Trump. Here's one thing for sure. You can't group all people or all celebrities or all politicians or all rich people. You can't do that. And that's where these misconceptions happen. I'm not saying that Trump is guilty nor innocent. I don't know what these people are doing and how they're living behind closed doors. I don't know if he was involved with that or if he wasn't. I'm not sure. But what we can't do is just group all people. Would just be the same as grouping all black people or grouping all Hispanics or grouping all police or grouping all, anything. You can't group all politicians, all doctors, all police officers, all black people, all Hispanics, all white people. People have their own agendas. We're individuals. And, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, that applies to a certain extent. It applies to a certain extent. But in the grand scheme of things, we are still all individuals. This is why sometimes you have friends that were friends for 20, 30 years, and then they find out something about the other individual, whether it be racial or some type of discriminatory, and they kind of drift away. Their friendship kind of drifts because the ideals are different. They find out 30 years later that they're not really thinking on the same path. Like minds, are usually what flock together. So for the old saying, birds of a feather flock together, usually the group that's flocking are of like minds. And once that harmony is disrupted, then as adults, these people generally break apart, or as they become wiser, older, see things differently, change their morals and ethics, these people generally drift apart. And if you still want to participate in these things, then yeah, you're going to be in that flock. And so the old saying will still apply, birds of a feather flock together. But you can't take pictures from 20 and 30 years ago and then apply that to the situation that's going on currently. And guys, like that's what I always say, let's be honest. This is what's wrong with the public. They're not willing to be honest. I'm 44. 25 years ago, I wasn't thinking or doing the same thing that I was doing now at all. Didn't even have the same mind frame or anything at all 25 years ago. So they take pictures of Epstein and Trump years ago, and then they apply that to a situation now. And then so the media spins it. They put their narrative on it, and then this is what the public believes. These are the things we have to stop allowing the media to do to us, because it's causing the focus on this, Barker Rader. Trump was with Epstein, this, that, and the third, So now the focus is, let's bash Trump. He was connected with Epstein. He's dirty. Let's get on Trump. He's the president. The president's corrupt. The president. Let's impeach Trump. Trump. But then what does it do, Barker Raider? It still shifts the attention away from the child trafficking. And that's the whole thing that I'm talking about, bro. And then it was not really, they didn't even really give you the whole story on that anyway. So as much as I just spent 7 minutes explaining all of that about Epstein and Trump and going back, that's how you have to break down the poison that the media brings to the table when they're giving you this news, bro. This is why we have to dig so deep to find the truth. This is why it's hidden. You know, it's hidden about what's going on with the children. So you get this smoke. What's up with you, Iceman? What's good with you, my man? Hawker Mustang says Jeffrey Epstein was supporting Hillary and all. Damn right. Damn right. And people was talking about Trump. I'll tell you right now, you didn't want her being president. Queen Lisa in the building. What's good with you, Queen Lisa? Get this smoke said Trump used to bust in on an outrage girls getting changed routinely. Yeah, on the what was that, Miss Universe pageant or something like that, smoke? Or Miss America or something, I don't know. Something he was involved with. Yeah, I heard about that too. That's Mendoza, Princess and Queen, Chair Hawker, Iceman, Barker, Lewis, MMA champ commentary, chopsticks, and Muay Thai. Thank you, Lisa. Shout out to all of you from Lisa Bells and D. Jefferson. Boxing Monster in the building. What's good with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through. Mando Solo. What's up, Mando Solo? Been a while, fam? Or maybe not. I just seen you the other day. But anyway, okay, so the Marxist media hates Trump. Well, to be fair, the Marxist media and a lot of other people do. Trump has a lot of people that don't agree with him, okay? And they have their reasons. Link in the chat for anybody who want to jump on. So it's not just the media with Trump. Trump says Trump is, you know what? I think this is why sometimes it appears like I'm defending Trump. Trump is somewhat like D. Jefferson in a sense that he says things that's dicey sometimes and not really concerned about what people think. Now, Trump is unlike D. Jefferson because of his views on certain situations. I don't think like this dude, but sometimes we say things and just taken the wrong way, and he doesn't really give much concern. Now, I show more concern than Trump because I will at least say, okay, guys, look, this is what I mean by it. Trump just don't give a F at all. He don't care. He doesn't care at all what you think about what he said. He said what he said. He meant what he meant. Now, I'm like him in that sense, but I do care what you guys say. But at the same time, I still mean what I mean. You know what I mean? That's why Cat jumped on me plenty of times, and Monster or Samuel or whatever, because I say dicey things. And that's, it is what it is. That's the problem with Trump, bro. He say things, he don't hold his tongue, and that's an issue. Right. So, let me get back to the chat. See, you guys just stepped in. Been super busy with work. Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all been. Sis, what's up? Layla in the building. What's good with you, sis? Appreciate you coming through. Queen Layla, Queen Lisa, Princess and Queen. Augusta Rogue in the building. What's up? Panhead, what's good with you, fam? No doubt, Layla, all day long. So, look, all right, so check it out, man. check it out. Hola, Layla. All right, so we have to, guys. I'm gonna like we talk about Black Lives Matter, and then you got these people hollering All Lives Matter after that, and the Antifa organization, and the Republicans, the Democrats. I put all of that stuff on the thumbnail, and my whole thing is this: the children's lives matters, guys. These are the lives that really matters, and it's a shame that the media is pumping all of these differences, getting the public angry about police brutality. And like I say, as we should be, these are issues that should be talked about. Police brutality is not like it shouldn't be talked about. Social divide and differences, especially this supposedly being a democratic government. When you have these social divides and differences, then they have to be addressed, right? You have to address these social divides and differences. The racial tensions are causing issues. So there are things that have to be talked about and addressed. You have a cop in broad daylight putting his knee on the neck of a man. It makes you think that, look, everyone had a problem with that. Everyone had a problem with this cop basically murdering that man in front of everyone, and the other officers standing there watching, and basically they're doing this in public. Guys, we have to understand that at some levels this could have been a strategic thing. See, it could have been a strategic thing, because that is going to cause an uproar. And then you publicize it, you put it all over the media, that is going to cause an uproar. And now you can deal with this situation over here, because shit has hit the fan about these children being trafficked all around the world. Now it has gotten to a point where we cannot hide this. It's hard to, El Jefe, I just seen you in there, you come back, we have not, we can't hide this. Again, people getting locked up, man. People are getting locked up. Celebrities, entertainers, rich people, and it's not being televised. It's not all over the news. People going down right now. And it's behind all of this sex trafficking, politicians, state officials, billionaires, entertainers, they're going down right now. And you don't see it. Why is this not being publicized all over the news? Come on. Why?
That's 100% facts, bro. I think it's all part of a Luciferian doctrine that these people follow, bro. We're basically in the holy war right now, bro. It's good versus evil, bro. It's a war that not many will understand unless you look into it, bro. You follow the details, you understand, and you stand by what you believe and what these people believe. Because at the end of the day, it's not what I believe, bro. It's what these people believe and what they're willing to do to achieve and what they believe, man. So
Yeah. But okay, yeah, I want to stay away from the religious side of this to a specific religion. I do believe that there is a spiritual war happening. So concerning spirituality, religion especially, because you're coming from a point of religion. So from religion especially, I want to stay away from that on this topic. And I want to stay consistent and veer more with the fact that the media, the powers to be, are not showing any type of attention or focus to what I consider to be a problem just as huge as, or even more significant than anything they're pumping all in the media right now. especially the coronavirus. Because listen, between the coronavirus and the racial tension, whether it be because of police brutality or whatever else, between these two topics, it's flooding the media, guys. And then you toss in the politics with Trump and the global situation, him making amends with Putin and Kim Jong-un and all of this nonsense. So when you throw in the politics, Fauci and the coronavirus, and then the racial tensions, it's easy to mask something that is, to me, of maximum importance. Don't get me wrong. A virus that's really killing masses of people and numbers are not being heightened and every death known to man is not being attached to that, yeah, that would be of a mass importance. But I don't think that's what we have with the coronavirus. Okay. I think we have an issue, but I don't think it's that type of issue. Second, I think that it's an issue what's going on with police brutality on, the minorities of this land. That is a huge issue because they're there to protect and serve, not to beat and serve themselves. And that's basically what's going on right now. So, I get that as well. But again, the children, all of our children, black and white don't matter. This is all of our children. Okay. And so then we look at the third issue, which is the politics. Listen, to me, the children are more important than all of this. And here's the thing, the people that's running the media, that controls the media, a lot of these people that are in the limelight, that are putting on these commercials and forms of entertainment to keep you blinded from this, these are the people who are starting to be arrested and taken down. Because these are the people who are involved. So you have to understand, of course, they wouldn't want to put it all over the media because they're involved in this. And it would expose who? Them. So now how do we let the public know that this is going on without creating a mass hysteria? We have to ease it in. But this is a major problem right now, guys. What's up, Smoke? You there, Smoke? All right, well, while Smoke get together. But
Smoke is probably rolling no one up.
Yeah, I'm here. I couldn't find which window it was.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The media, well, really the media that we consume as Americans are basically we get all of our topics, all of the things that we discuss, and they disseminate it, they broadcast to the people. We get it from really a single company. And it's corporate owned. It's I don't know. I guess really to take a step back. And this also relates to what you're saying about Trump. Like what Trump to me represents is the aspirations of the common people. Like, right, everybody wants to be rich and be surrounded by beautiful people and dictate policy and not be beholden to anyone. Even like the whole idea of the country club, right? Like Trump country clubs is like for people you can work your way up to a status where you get to hobnob with presidents and captains of industry and all that stuff. So his thing is aspirational, right? The thing about the power structure, some of the people who organize the world, the centralized power. A lot of these figures who are behind the scenes do whatever they want, and I think that's really what this is about: is human beings being able to do whatever the hell that they want, right? And then what that manifests and how that manifests. Sometimes it could be, maybe you could be a Mother Teresa, or maybe you could be a deviant that preys upon children, right? But the idea that, like, the aspiration of just your normal individual is to be unfettered by anybody else's judgments or morals or whatever. They just want to do whatever the hell they want to do because you only got one life to live, right? The issue just is, how do we protect the most vulnerable of us? Understanding the corporate structure, understanding that the subjects that we're given to care about and the things that guide our lives may not be in our self-interest, or may not be of any interest to us at all.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure. Let me go to the chat right quick, Smoke. Layla says religion and politics should have never ever mixed. No, I mean,
I disagree. I disagree on that.
Okay, well, go ahead and speak on that. I don't, but I'll let you speak on that, Hefe, and then I'll say my piece on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. If we really look, America and many countries, not only America, many Muslims, even the Jewish state of Israel, bro, were created on religion or some sort of identity. And I can only speak on those because those are the ones I know. I'm sure back in the, I don't know, 1500s BC or whatever, many of those countries were also based on religion, or a sort of knowledge or moral or code of conduct, bro, which is all mixed together. So I disagree, bro. I don't believe in a godless country, because once you have a godless country, you have morals go out through the window, and once morals go out through the window, bro, it's free for all. Rules change as years goes, and that's what caused a lot of divide, a lot of confusion among the people, bro. So I do believe that God, politics, country, they should all go together, and we need a code of conduct, bro.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this is where I think that this is why I always say with religion in particular, you have to understand something. A religion, LFA, is a belief. And so when someone says to me that religion and politics shouldn't mix, I have to agree totally, because I didn't say that, there shouldn't be moralistically and ethically, there shouldn't be virtues of godliness incorporated in your way of governing people. I would agree with that. Okay, so you should incorporate godliness in the way that you decide to govern the people. Okay, I agree with that. But in the sense of saying that religion particularly should be involved, and no, I don't think so, because here's the thing. Religions are based on their own interpretation of what God's word is. And you just can't do that, because then this is why you have these wars. This is why because idealistically, the Islamic people don't agree with the way of living as the Christians. So idealistically, their rules and their laws, the way they govern their people, are going to be set up differently. And they're going to look at us as savages, or vice versa.
I disagree. Christians and Muslims have very similar values, bro.
Don't do that. Hush while I'm talking. We're not going to do that. It doesn't matter if you disagree. You're going to have to wait to give your disagreement. So, again, this is not what you can disagree with. This is what's happening in the world today. This is evident. This is why you have wars, Hefe. I'm trying to see. This is why you don't learn, bro, because you just rather disagree than to listen. This is not something that I'm making up. This is why we have wars. When you establish and laws govern on religions, then those laws and ways of living are going to vary. And people always tend to want to force their beliefs on others. And when you want to force your beliefs on others and your way of living on others, you tend to have wars. And since these governments are designed a lot of them, behind religion, and religions can't get along. You don't know that the Christians and the Islamic people have been fighting for centuries, El Jefe? So if their influence is on government, then what do you think the governments are going to do? Fight for centuries. So it should have never, ever been mixed. It should have never, ever been mixed. Because ways of governing people, one thing I don't agree with is like the New World Order. But that's why I don't agree with government systems in general. I believe in people, finding ways to live their life in harmony without these things. But with that being said, there are people that believe we need government systems. But with government systems, there should be one way to live. It should all match up. But when you throw religion in there, this is why you have these different morals and ethics all over the world, because it's religion-based governments. So they shouldn't mix. And that's what she's saying. They should have never mixed. Because if you can't get it straight as far as religion goes, if you can't tell me that this is the way God said it is, and religions can't do that, that's why you have so many of them. They say it's this way, they say it's this way, they say it's that way. Then that's what you're going to get with governments around the world, because they're going to be based on these different religions. So it's going to be this government, that type of government, this type of government, and that's what you have. And these governments don't agree no more than the religions agreed. So you have wars. They should have never mixed. Very good statement she made.
Yeah, so there's just to jump in, there's just a point of fact, right, that I'd like to clear up. Israel is not a theocracy. It's a secular nation. You don't have
the fake Jews.
And it's also one nation.
They're the fake Jews, bro.
You don't have to actually observe Judaism to be a Jew.
Right.
Just because as long as your mother was a Jew, you're a Jew. You can be an atheist.
The fake Jews. Those are the fake Jews, bro.
I'm just saying that
those are.
But that's the way that Israel is, right? So even if you talk about fake Jews, you're still talking about Israel, right? So that's all I'm saying is Israel is not a theocracy, and at a certain point, the interest of a government and the interest of a religion diverge, right? The government should not be really concerned about your afterlife. They should be concerned with getting you goods and services and making sure that there's peace and prosperity. Where a religion, for the most part, is about your spiritual connection to the infinite, right? They have, there's a lot of overlap, but there's a lot of divergence. So when you mix them together, just the nature of them, they kind of clash. And then when you have different religions, and within a government, then that's when you get the chaos.
Yeah, man. I want to go back to the point where D. Jefferson was saying that Christians and Muslims are different. If you really look into it, bro, they're both Abrahamic religions. The only thing they disagree is on the whole Jesus thing and the Muhammad thing, bro. But the real reason there's real war between Christian nations and Muslims, bro, is the instigation of the Luciferians, which goes deep into the infiltration of ISIS and all these things that just instigate war between both secular groups, bro. So you should really look into that, D. Jefferson. I know you're open minded, bro, but really look into what I'm saying, bro, because it's actually ISIS and all these other groups, these extremist Muslim groups, and even some extremist Christian groups. Look who they were started and funded by, bro. So that's a little homework I'm gonna leave for you, bro.
No, I have faith. Who were they started and funded by?
Bro, by the Luciferians. I just told you.
Okay, I know. What?
But give me a minute. I'll be right back, bro. Hold on. Just
okay.
cook up on that, bro, because that's some.
Yeah. Okay, come right back.
Yeah.
I have faith. I don't have time for that nonsense, man. But go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, the Crusades are, the way that Islam and Christianity spread is I think it's a little bit off subject, but there is something to be said about the way that the world that we live in today, the way the world is organized, understanding those roots, right? So yeah, there is something to be said of who started and who funded and who propagated this crusades, both Christian and Muslim, and what that looks like for us, and why we are still dealing with the after effects of that. But yeah, it's a little bit off topic of the media and the messages that we get from the media. I mean, it's connected, but it's a little bit off topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely connected, but so all right, so I got some things here. Like I don't know if y'all can see that one, but I got some. Yeah, okay, this is a clear one. All right, so to stay on theme with this whole child trafficking situation, guys, because like this is sorry about that. This is an issue that look, man, this is super serious to me. It's super serious what's going on with these children. Like it's a lot, guys. And what is so alarming to me is that you really have to dig to find out how is it that people are getting locked up? CEOs, guys, CEOs of major companies are stepping down. Do you guys know what this means? Hold on, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something right quick. This list, I record. Okay, here it is. I got this list here. Let me show you something. This is amazing, man. Share screen. All right, yeah. All right, so y'all can see this, right? Let me blow this up so. All right, so boom. Smoke, you can see that, right? Everybody
yeah, I can see. I don't have my glasses on, so.
All right, that's fine. I hope y'all can see. Listen. I don't want to put out. I took a screenshot of this, a snippet of this, because I'm not trying to put out information for, the site or whatever. Anyway, check this out, guys. Now, again, believe this or not, believe these things or not, guys, but these are things that are going on right now, and it's all tied to this child trafficking. I'm telling you guys, very rich people, very influential people of entertainment are being locked away right now, and nothing's being said about it. And it's all behind child trafficking. All of our children are in danger. Black, white, Latino, Asian, doesn't matter. Y'all can fight amongst each other about who's better than who, but guess what? They're attacking all of our children. So why isn't this being talked about? The CEO of Disney stepped down. CEO of Microsoft stepped down. Hulu stepped down. IBM stepped down. LinkedIn stepped down. Uber Eats stepped down. Salesforce stepped down. eBay stepped down. Guys, these are billion-dollar companies. MGM stepped down. Nestle stepped down. CEO of Volkswagen stepped down. MasterCard stepped down. Nissan stepped down. Victoria's Secret, Lex Wexner, right out here. And guess what? Guess what, guys? It's in the news right now. Lex Wexner is being investigated. Who did he have ties with? Max Elaine and Epstein. The dominoes are falling. The CEO of Victoria's Secret, the multi-billionaire Lex Wexner, his biggest business, have stepped down. T-Mobile stepped down. Harley Davidson stepped down. You guys understand what I'm saying, bro? This is
the CEO or the owner of Harley. Isn't that the same guy who did Patron? Is Harley Davidson the same and Patron by the same guy?
I'm not even sure, Smoke, but my point is this. The CEOs are stepping down for a reason. Listen, guys, listen. We know that CEOs are like the captain of the ship. Anybody that knows business or have followed business or have read books about CEOs are like the captain of the ship. They go down with the ship You understand what I'm saying? They do not abandon ship unless totally necessary. Like they standing on the bow, the ship is in the air, and then they finally jump off. This is when the captain abandons the ship. Listen to me. These companies are there. They're there because the owners, the billionaire owners, are tied up in this child trafficking situation.
So, right, the CEO is like the face, right? So, if let's say you are your board member, and you could even literally you could even be the chairman of the board still, and be the CEO. You could found the company, but if your company is big enough, and your name is attached to a scandal, they will remove you from that company in order to save the company. Right? The CEO is a CEO is a fireable position. A chairman, you can use your chairmanship in order to get the good. And this would be a company that you started. There's always morals clauses and all that stuff. If you are the sole proprietor of a company and the CEO, the sole proprietor, then it becomes more problematic when you yourself are the one that's caught up in the scandal. But if you have layers of management, you can fire a CEO, and in order to preserve the reputation of the company.
Yeah, agreed. You can. My thing is, Smoke, is that these guys are stepping down. So they stepping down. Look, they're privy to the information. When these guys are in this position, they step down and save their face to get out of the way before the shit hits the fan, basically. This is why they would step down from that much power. So,
there's probably a severance package, right? There's also, you want to save your shares, you want to, whatever financial incentives that you had to have the job. If you want to keep those, then it's a different thing of stepping down than getting fired, right?
Right. And then deniability. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also deniability. So when the shit hits the fan, they can come back and say, well, that's why I decided to step down from such a powerful position, because I figured things are just not right and I didn't. So they can always come back to that when the media comes back to them, whether they knew or not. But they're abandoning ship. And again, guys, we have to understand something. And Smoke, he's been, toxic. When you have something like this happen, all of these CEOs, Smoke, you can back me up on this. This is unprecedented that all of these CEOs at this step down like this at one time. This is not something that CEOs of major corporations do to begin with. Just step down. Usually they get replaced, or you know how it goes, Smoke. But to just give up their position. No, these people don't work this hard just to give up this position. You mean to tell me all of these people have given up their position willingly?
Yeah.
Nobody finds this interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Smoke. And nobody finds this interesting that all of these people, all of these CEOs of these major companies, guys, have given their positions up willingly. No one finds this interesting. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, connected to a sex crime, or sex crimes, or sex scandal. Yeah, it's not usually like this. Usually, it's because there's been some sort of some other kind of scandal, and it's generally financial. Like when they found that that bank account in South America that was attached to all those politicians and all those companies, a bunch of people, or when it was the credit swap scandal of 2008, that recession that started off where that run in the stock market where Lehman Brothers went down, right? It's something like that. Then you see a bunch of guys step down, but it's not really about a sex crime. So this is the idea that there's a guy who's been trafficking in children and a bunch of CEOs. Yeah, this has never happened. Not that I know of. I mean, there was a time in Belgium, I want to say like late 90s, where a bunch of their officials got caught up in sex trafficking, and it was child sex trafficking too. And like the entire cabinet, like the government had to change, and that was like really the only sex scandal that I can think of involved where a bunch of high-ranking officials were affected and members of and captains of industry.
Right. So Pinhead says, don't even get me started on political figures. There was a woman who was investigating the child sex ring around the British Parliament. Someone came and shot her in the face. And this is the type of things I'm talking about. People are going down, bro. They have world organizations taking these people down. Like, because listen, when you have the lawmakers and the politicians involved, it's hard to. This is why you had guys like Epstein running around thinking he was invincible. You understand? Thinking he couldn't be touched because he had these people in place to protect him. And the thing with all of these CEOs is that the chairmen, majority owners of these corporations have been listed as people of interest. This is something else, okay, guys? So let's tie this all together. And this is why, like Smoke said, this is unprecedented. You don't see this type of thing. If it's a financial issue like Capital One or all the Smoke all of the examples Smoke gave us, if there are any financial situations like that, you will see multiple CEOs step down. But I'll tell you guys something, even in situations like that, you're talking about half this list. And Smoke, you would have to agree with me on that. You're talking about half this list, maybe. And that would be a considerable amount of CEOs stepping down left and right. It would be half this list. Just the list, this goes down further. I didn't have enough space to put it on the page, guys. But the significance is that all of these people, the majority owners or shareholders of these companies where the CEOs have stepped down, have been penciled and targeted by the officials as being involved in this sex ring. All of them. That's not coincidental. That is not coincidental. But this type of stuff's not being talked about over social media at all. Diehard Casuals in the building. What's up with you, fam?
Yeah, Putin's secret slush fund that got exposed when I can't even remember the dude's name. Trump's his campaign manager, the guy came out of nowhere and then went down real quick. Anyway, Trump's former campaign manager had a slush fund, and they investigated him, and they found all of these different politicians, all of these different that list is just in sheer volume and number of people. It equals that, but that was about where people were hiding their money, right? It's a different thing. It's still a financial crime, right? It's just not a sex. It's just and everybody was very interested in that list and who's on it and all that stuff. But it was more about it's more about the rich paying their fair share to the poor. This is more about people of wealth and power and influence preying upon the poor. It's kind of a different thing. And I don't. The reason why I think that there's not a lot more light on it, and why it's not part of the everyday discussion is, because of the corporatization of the mainstream media that happened over the last decade or so. They've completely decimated investigative journalism. Like, it just doesn't exist anymore. Like, if you get the news that we get are basically press releases from government agencies or from corporate agencies or whatever, but they're essentially fluff pieces that the media then just tells the people. Like, they don't actually do any of the investigations on their own.
All right. So okay, here. So let me pull that down right quick. Boxing Monster says CEOs quit every day, B. I know Boxing Monster, but again, man, look, don't water this down, because that's what's wrong. people, that's what they want people to think. Oh, he's making a big deal out of this. CEOs quit every day. No, let's stay focused, Boxer Monster. Let's stay focused, seriously, because that will be what they want people to think. Oh, it's no big deal. But this is significant, fam. This is very significant that, yeah, CEOs step down every day, but these are powerful companies. And the CEOs that take over these companies don't even get put in place every day. Let's put it that way. These are selected guys that you don't just replace these guys every day. They're not just the run-of-the-mill guys. So this event happened simultaneously. These things are happening within weeks. There's something going on, Monster. So let's not water this down. Breaking. Wayfair CEO steps down amid allegations of the company is involved in child trafficking. This is from another article and report that I was reading. Okay. And for all of you guys that don't know about the Wayfair situation, Smoke, Diehard Casuals, are you there, fam? I don't know if something wrong with this. You might have to go out and come back in, Diehard Casuals. It might be something. I'll put the link back in the chat for you. Might be something wrong with you. Might have to go out and come back in. But Smoke, have you heard about this whole Wayfair situation and everything that's been going on over there?
No, but I'm definitely about to short the stock. I know that.
Well, yeah. You know you get ready to learn something today because you already know how I do. And see, and this is what I'm saying. These are the things that are not being publicized. It's not being put in the media, but they're significant. They're significant because it all points to what's going on with this child trafficking and, and Wayfair is being exposed. Like, people are going to jail right now, guys. And we're not being told about it by the media. Now, I'm not going to say that it's okay, Diehard Casuals. It's all good, bro. I'm not going to say that the information is not out there. Guys, the information is out there for all of you, for all of us, okay? This information that I'm about to share with you guys is out there. The problem is, and what's alarming is that you have to go hunt for it. Because if this is the type of things going on with children around the world, in this country, everywhere, why aren't we being told about this? I mean, we're being told about Trump saying, grab them in the pussy. They blow that all out of proportion. Oh, Trump said, grab him in the pussy. What's up, Ron Cowan? They blow that all over the media. We're being told about the Black Lives Matter movements and all of that blasted all over the media, and they're scaring the fuck out of everyone with the coronavirus intentionally all over the media. But millions of children, way more than the 3 million reported, millions of children in the United States right now are missing right now today, and it's because they're being trafficked. Now, guys, here's something else I put up here. I hope you guys can see that out there. Okay, so these pillows, guys, now listen. These pillows are not made out of mystical material that if you sleep on them, you'll go ageless every night. That's not these type of pillows. These are regular pillows being sold on Wayfair. And people, they were putting them on Wayfair. This is why Wayfair is under federal investigation right now, guys. People have been locked up and more are getting locked up for child trafficking. This is happening right now, okay? Yes, it's real. We're not hearing about it in the news, and this is why I'm bringing this discussion forward, because this is happening with Wayfair right now. Is why their CEO stepped down. People are getting locked up. So it was being posted right in all of our faces. And people would think, oh, that's a misprint, or what's so special about that pillow, or maybe some celebrity owned it. No, this was just regular pillows being posted for $10,045.99. The other one posted $10,053.99. Coincidentally, guys, if you look at the names of the pillows, it's proven, documented, that it was names of missing fucking children. the very names of the pillows were names of missing fucking children. And Wayfair and all of our faces were advertising it to their buyers. So go on to the Wayfair site, and this is the list. And it's no telling how they got their list to their buyers, to these sick individuals that decide to buy these children. It's no telling how they got their list from the big hats at Wayfair. But they got their lists. And so the names of these pillows, which they know nobody in their right fucking mind that shops at Wayfair, none of us regular people are going to say, what the hell? I'm not buying that pillow for $10,000. It must be a misprint. We're going to go and look for another pillow because we're average working Joe Schmoes. We're not even going to take a chance of putting anything like that on our credit card. The pillow might look nice, but we're going to go to the next pillow. But then later down the line, why the fuck is the pillow out of stock? Because one of these rich motherfuckers have bought that child. Do you guys get what's going on here? And this was happening, guys. Why do you have a pillow for $10,049 out of stock? One right next to it for $10,053 out of stock. And the one above was also $10,000 and something dollars out of stock. But coincidentally, all three pillows and everything else listed that was quote unquote supposedly a misprint or what have you, were names of missing children. Guys, do you see what's going on here? You see what I'm saying, Smoke? You don't know about any of this?
No, I mean, it's not, you know, I try to not know about this stuff anymore. It explodes my head, you know. I don't want to be pissed off every day, which is why I don't get pissed. Like, I come to you. Anyway, I'm not going to go too deep into it. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. The Wayfair stock is up. It is up $12 right now. Actually, almost $13. It looks like it's on a trend to rise some more. So, you know, that's also why these guys go through this process of firing people. It's, you know, they're trying to protect their market share or having guys step down.
Right. I mean, yeah, and trying to prove that they did right. Okay. And trying to prove that what they did, you know, was the right thing, and they got rid of the so-called problem. Okay. So, guys, I hope this comes off clear. It may not come off clear. But again, guys, I'm only getting this from things that are available for all of us. See, and people think that, you know, a lot of things I come up here to talk about are conspiracy theories or all of this type of bullshit. And this is things that are available, but they're not being highly publicized because they don't want us to know about these things. Now, this is to what was said to be a lifelike baby doll, newborn baby doll. First and foremost, why the fuck would anybody be interested in buying anything like this? A newborn baby doll that comes right out of the womb. First and foremost, okay. But this is what it was being advertised at. Reborn, lifelike child, okay? This is what the advertisement was saying right online in front of all of us, guys. And it was in the section with the baby dolls, the other baby dolls, the lifelike baby dolls, the one that talks, the ones that drink bottles. And then they had this one stuck in there with yet another, quote unquote, misprint on the price. Maybe it was supposed to be $164. Maybe it was supposed to be $1,000. Who knows? But it wasn't supposed to be $16,470.59. But if you take a good look at this, does it look like a lifelike doll? It may not be clear enough on my screen right now. But if you go to the website about the investigation, it does not all look like a lifelike doll. It looks like a real baby. And yet again, were they selling this child online in front of everyone for everyone to see? Is that what was going on? See, and this is what's going on. This is why Wayfair is being investigated, amongst other companies, guys. I'm just bringing some things to light that we don't see in the media. Why isn't this a news report on Fox everywhere around the country? And why is it that Wayfair stock is up $12 like Smoke just reported? With all of this going on, what the fuck is going on here?
It's part of the Luciferian agenda, bro.
You see? I have faith. I'm gonna kick you off and ban you for the day, dog. I don't want to bring this to your religious beliefs, bro. Let's not take it there. I want to keep this on the angle I told you before of the media blinding the public with all of these other things. Okay, I want to bring attention to child trafficking. I don't want to talk about Jesus Christ and the Holy Ghost.
No, well, I agree with you, but
again, I'm being serious. Don't get mad when I talk. I don't want to talk about Jesus Christ and the Holy Ghost. I want
for sure.
The fact that the governments and the media are blinding our people, bro, and they're keeping black and white and Hispanic tensions in front of us. They're keeping police brutality in front of us. They're keeping Donald Trump's soliloquies and antics in front of us. They're keeping the coronavirus in front of us. But all of the children are at danger, bro. This is just one company. This is one avenue that this is going on worldwide. There are millions of American children or children in America, some not even citizens, being snatched off the street. They're all at danger, I have faith. Your nieces and nephews, my kids, Smoke's nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews, Samuel, hold on. It doesn't matter white, black, or Hispanic. See, these are the issues that they're pumping in the media. The black and the white tension and the Hispanic and the police brutality. They're pumping these differences when there's an attack on all of our communities, all of our children. This is a huge issue right now. And shit like this is being masked over or looked at as, oh, that's just a joke or conspiracy. This shit is real. Look at this young baby right here. This is no fucking misprint. They were advertising to their buyers. Why do you guys think that these rich motherfuckers are getting locked up and CEOs under Wayfair is under investigation, federal investigation right now? Do you guys understand a lot of those CEOs on that list I put up? Their companies are under investigation right now. The storage cabinets. I got you, Raider. I got you, Raider. I got you, fam. Hold on for a second. Hold on, Raider. Raider from LA in the building. Yes, it's real. Thank you, Raider. And let me put the link back in the chat. Raider, if you want to come up here and talk about it.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why do you think these higher powers, the media, even the FBI, they have no original files, stats for children missing? You guys could look that up. Why do you think they're doing all this situation and hiding this and in front of our eyes? Why do you think it is?
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, I have faith. And this is what I'm bringing to attention to the people now. They're not being hidden. We do have access to find it. Where do you think I'm getting this shit from? There's plenty of access to find it. I'm not even
being a conspiracy to many people.
Hold on. I'm not being sarcastic. There are even some sites where you can go and find its official sites, but they're not broadcasting it. They're not broadcasting the fact that it's even available. They're making it so that if you don't look for it, then you won't know about it. And it's the mass media that's doing this, RFA. So it's not that they're hiding us from us. It's just that this society, the American society, is so reliant on being told what's right, on being told what's going on being told by Fauci, being told by CNN, being told by Tom Cruise, being told by Oprah Winfrey. That's what this society is built on. They're reliant on being told. And so they understand this. So they put the information right there where this society is not going to just go grab it. Because they're willing to be told. You understand that? That's this society.
Yeah, I understand. I could go deeper, but you say you don't want to talk about what I was talking about.
No, because don't go to the holy roller shit at all. At all. We're not
No,
gonna
because I
do that.
know what they're using the children for, bro. I know why
Yeah.
they
Okay, I got that, but we'll talk about that on another show. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah. Like I said, the way the media has changed, right? The idea.
breaking up, bro.
Yeah, you broke off, Smoke. Okay, so let me move this out the way.
Newsrooms
This is what
and
Smoke. You breaking up? Go out and come back in right quick, Smoke. Go out.
That cricket wireless, bro.
Yeah, go. Smoke. Smoke. Go out and come back in. You breaking up real bad. We can't hear you. Just back out and come back in.
started,
Okay. Yeah, he can't hear us either, obviously. All right. So look, here we go.
this idea about everything needs to
Smoke.
Same issue.
Smoke.
generate.
Smoke. Smoke, go out and come back in, bro. You breaking up. I don't think you can hear us, so we can barely hear you. All right, there we go. Jeez, this nigga. Yeah, bro, you was breaking up something terrible, bro.
Oh, damn. Where did it start breaking up?
Nah, because I was trying to say smoke, but you couldn't hear us. We couldn't hear you, but we can hear you now. But anyway, these are the cabinets, guys, that Raider was talking about right here. Okay? And these, look, guys, these are regular put together cabinets. It's not specially handmade, sculpted cabinets with, design made over 3 years and all of this bullshit or whatever you can say to soup it up to make it worth $14,000, $13,000, $12,000, 12. Come on, guys. You know what comes inside of those cabinets? Children. See, and this was being sold right online. These are the cabinets that Raider is talking about. I have a lot of things that I put together that I pulled offline, guys. And I'll have faith. This is something for you right here. Wayfair was doing this right in front of everyone, El Jefe. You say, where's the proof? The proof is people don't want to believe it. People don't want to believe that this was what was really going on. But how are these things crossed off? How are they out of stock? Who the fuck is buying a $60 a cabinet? Literally, you go to Walmart and probably get it for 42 bucks. IKEA and get it for 61 bucks. Who's going to buy a $60 cabinet that you put together yourself for $14,000? What's the gimmick? And why is it out of stock a week later? Why does this happen, guys? What the fuck y'all think that they're being investigated for?
Can you hear me now? Am I good?
Yeah, I can hear you, Smoke.
And where did that break up on when I was talking the last time? Do you know?
I don't know, but you just went low.
From the start, bro.
From the start.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So from the very beginning, then the reason why you don't hear about this in the mainstream media is because traditionally news has always been a money loser. It's never been expected to generate any kind of revenue. Once the news, it was supposed to be a public trust. It's supposed to be about informing the public, right? When they started to make demands on it to generate money, it became less about informing the public and more about entertaining the public. And they started to fire their international desks. They got rid of their investigative journalism, their investigative journalists, and what you get is what you see now. Like if it bleeds, it leads. There is nobody doing any sort of digging into anything. They are really just tools. They're instruments of corporate the worldwide corporatization of everybody, right? And that's what, and it's international. It's not just American news groups. Like I was saying, Reuters is not an American company, but this is the news feed that we get, right? And that news feed, the Associated Press, all of it, they all get it from a foreign source.
Yeah, of course, because Viacom owns most of it, all of them. Fox, CNN,
Rupert Murdoch is an Australian guy.
Yeah, but they're all umbrella under Viacom, regardless if they're in Australia, New Zealand, UK. The Rothschilds control like 85% of all of it. Period. Y'all better believe that. But look, check this out here. This kind of piggybacks off of what Smoke's saying. And what they put out, they want you to put out. Now, we hear all of the Fauci and them are putting out about the mask and Bill Gates and his idea that the whole world needs to be vaccinated, except his family and himself. They want to use us first, but not them. But the whole world needs to be vaccinated. Fauci pushing the idea and all of this. But why are we not getting this message? Not one doctor on TV has said one word about boost the immune system. All they're pushing on masks, testing, vaccines. Nothing about vitamins, healthy foods, exercise, leafy greens, beans, berries, acids that can help you boost the immune system, because this is something that does what? Attacks the immune system. We don't have any talks about that. And why? And see, it goes on the principle of what I'm talking about here, what Smoke is talking about. They put in the media what they want you to see, guys. They don't care. They're not pushing the fact that our children are in danger of being taken right off the street. You know, nobody in America will feel safe. Like, a lot of people sit at home, and no offense to anyone, probably not. We got a lot of reasonable people here, but I'm not as popular a show as, say, Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, or Maury Povich. But there's a lot of parents, especially young parents, some not even that young, they sit in their house and they're watching Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Steve Wilkos, Judge Judy, or whatever the fuck. And their kids are right outside playing, and they're more glued to that TV than their kids right outside playing. And so a van or a car or anything could come up, swoop the child up, take off into the sunset, and the child that was outside playing could say, somebody just snatched Jimmy. Somebody snatched Jimmy, threw him in the car. Call the police. Well, the car's gone. Jimmy's gone. Jimmy's shipped away. Jimmy's on the missing list of the millions of children that's on the missing list. And it can happen just like that in the blink of an eye. Now, the media is not pumping the idea that that is a reality in the United States of America right now. So most people think, and they're comfortable sitting at home thinking that that's not a reality here, not in America. Yeah, that happens in these other countries. So they watch the Jerry Springer, they watch the Maury Povich, they watch the Cops, the Matlock, you know, the Walking Dead. They watch these shows and their kids are outside unprotected, no eyes on them, and in the blink of an eye, the vulnerability is at a high level in this country right now. And because the media is not doing their job, and they're putting out Donald Trump, grab him in the pussy. They're putting out what's going on in the hip-hop industry. Katy Perry going to fucking rehab. Coronavirus. Politics are crooked. And they're not talking about the fucking kids. Are you kidding me? Because our children are very vulnerable in this country right now. But the media is not. They're scaring the fuck out of everyone. Listen, fear tactics, guys. No, they're scaring the hell out of everyone when it comes to the pandemic. They're scaring people so much to the point as they're willing to have people force chemicals on other people. So they're using fear to the point so much, guys, right? Where they're making other people believe that it's comfortable. They should be comfortable with forcing their neighbor, you and I, to pump vaccinations into our arm. And they're using fear to do that. But wouldn't people be afraid to know that their fucking child is outside and danger just playing? Wouldn't they be afraid to know that? And there's no indication, no information about that. No, not in America. Denial. They have the people in denial, blind. Hold on real quick, Smoke. Blind to the fact that that's a high vulnerability in this country. Because it is, whether people want to believe it or not. Your child being snatched right up off the street, riding a bike somewhere with their friend, going 3 blocks down to go see their friend. They may never make it. And it's a high probability in this country right now. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah. So, right. We even just to piggyback on your last thing, and then something you said earlier about, foods and vegetables boosting your immune system, kind of, that philosophy. We have in California, we have a thing called Megan's Law. I don't know if you guys have a similar process in your own states, but whenever a child is abducted, there's an immediate alert that goes out over your text. It's on all road signs and all that stuff. That is, it happens. It's so much, in fact, that we have a deterrent specifically for it in California. That's one thought about how often it happens in America. But the other thing about the boosting the immune system and the special interests that actually, supply not only the things that to tell us what to think about and what to care about, but also our food supply. Archer Daniel Midland, and also, Monsanto, if you start from the seeds, if you were first off, they don't carry the products that you're talking about, so they're not going to pump those products. That's firstly. As a matter of fact, they're going to make sure that part of the market is as least served as possible while still being able to exist. But even when you take the Monsanto from the seed, it's hard to get it is actually hard to get the correct product in order to have the nutrients that you're talking about, right? In America, because of the way that the special interests have so inserted itself into our daily lives, into what we think and feel, and also have access to.
Yeah, to a certain extent, true. But there are things that you can do, and supplements, still herbs and stuff that are not tampered with. You can take,
I got farmers market. I go to farmers market, right? It's all local farm stuff for me, because even those, even getting the seed for the local farmer is starting to become problematic.
Right, it is. Okay, so let me get to this. Another issue is that we live in the age of surveillance, and yet a child can be snatched and nobody sees nothing, knows nothing. Yeah, exactly. Chin Smokes, that sounds like a porn priority. All right, listen. So somebody said, I don't even remember, it might have been El Jefe or maybe somebody else, was saying something about the media, okay? I just wanted to put this up right quick. Something else I had. My name is Jacob Rothschild. My family is worth $500 trillion. We own nearly every central bank in the world. We finance both sides of every war since Napoleon. We own your news media, the media, your oil, your government. You probably never heard of me. Now, look, this is just something that somebody wrote down, right? But if you look at what this says, it's ironically true. Let's say that. It's ironically true. They control all of that. The Rothschilds literally control all of that. And it was what I was saying about Viacom and the media, YouTube, Google, Fox, OWN, Oprah Network, CNN, all of them umbrellaed under Viacom. All of them. So when you think that, oh, the media over here in Liberia is separated, they bring you the truth. The media in England brings you the truth. This certain channel in the United States bring you the truth. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. They all bring you limited information. Partially what they're allowed to bring you without being either terminated, shut down, or what are we in right now? Cancel culture. Trust and believe. Only things that want to be let loose to the public will be let loose to the public because the powers to be are in control or were in control of a lot of things. A lot of that is beginning to cease, guys. But we have the media doing certain things, trying to get the public. Again, guys, fear is everything, okay? And if you're going to scare the public into certain things, why don't you at least let them know what's going on with the children around the world? Because I think that this is more important than damn near anything.
They don't care about the children, bro.
Yeah, but I don't. You know, their agendas are their agendas. I'll have faith, and I'm not even talking about their agendas. I'm talking about us. We care about the children, and the mainstream media is what's hiding this. This is what this live is all about. Stop. That's why I'm like, stop. There's an important situation here. It's the children, child trafficking. Children are in danger. More children are missing, dead, and taken in this country than are taken by coronavirus right now, and probably will be taken by coronavirus in the next 5 years. Kids are still topping that out, bro. Right now. And it ain't being talked about at all. There are 10,000, 100,000 maybe times the children being taken than black men having a knee put on their neck and being murdered. Is it a terrible thing? Yes. But for that one George Floyd, there were 10,000 kids snatched. And this shit ain't being talked about at all. But the George Floyd tension is being pushed because there's a racial divide that they want to push.
They're instigating, bro. That's what they're doing.
Okay, hold on. I'll give you the floor, but stop cutting me off. There's a racial tension that they want to push in the media to keep you blinded to the fact that our children are in danger. That's what this live is about, man. I want people to wake up and understand that children are being taken. Children are being sex trafficked, abused, passed around. Black, white, Latino children, it doesn't matter. These motherfuckers do not discriminate. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. We need to face this shit head on.
You already know the way, bro. The way is there, bro. It's up to us, the people, man. Grow a pair of sack, bro. I'm not telling you to do something about it, but at least how do you say it? Spread the message. So like D. Jefferson is doing. D. Jefferson right now, he's doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? He's spreading the word. He's spreading awareness, man. And that's the best way to stop anything, bro. And I want to give the floor to Get the Smoke because I want to hear what he's got to say, man.
Yeah, I'm saying yes, while I definitely concur with like spreading the message and just doing that is doing plenty, but there's still more to do, right? So you find out, just recently in the community there's this whole charge of pedophilia, right? And I heard a lot of outrage, but I heard very few people talk about how what one should do about the idea of child brides in the U.S., right? Like maybe people don't realize that there's no real like a child can be married to an adult in America as long as the parent allows
Parents
it to happen.
time for it, yeah.
right?
Right.
Saying you can a 14-year-old can literally marry a 50-year-old man as long as the parent said so, right? There are things about that we can do to protect our children, and there's organizations that are working on it. There, you can get involved locally. Yeah, you can. There, I think that the idea that this is going to be done by somebody else is part of the issue, right? Because what my point about saying that there's no more investigative journalists, now you have to do the research yourself. You have to take it upon yourself to find other alternate news sources of information outside of the mainstream media. You can't just have one media source, one source of information on any given topic, right? So, yeah, as far as like the abduction of people, yeah, that I think that keeping an eye out for one another can help with that, right? Yeah, just to, just come up with solutions and get involved.
And see, and I put this thumbnail up here, guys, because here's the thing, and why I created this thumbnail. Hopefully, it caught the eye of some people, because you see everything down there at the bottom, and that's pretty. There's probably a couple of more I can put, but this is what's pumped in the media right now. The Republicans, the Democrats, because the election's coming around. Black Lives Matter, COVID-19, stop police brutality, all lives matter, Antifa. These are the things that's being pumped in the media right now. But look at the size difference. Child lives matter. You see these children behind gates this is not pictures. These are pictures that were taken from kids being rescued from situations that were on the brink of being taken away from their families, probably forever. These kids were just before that situation happening to them. They were rescued from that. And the problem is that it's happening to millions of children. You see, I put the 3 different ethnic backgrounds up here because I want people to understand there's a Latino child, a Black child, an Asian child. It doesn't discriminate, this problem. It doesn't discriminate. All of our children are in danger. But all of the little things that I have posted across the bottom here, all of these little things that I have posted across the bottom, this to me is the importance of this situation. And why don't we hear this big problem that I have posted on the top, we hear nothing about. But everything posted across the bottom is what floods the media. Should not this be opposite? It's our children involved. Should this not be opposite? Should it at least be 50-50? The problem is Child Lives Matter is absent. We're not hearing about it. We're hearing about it on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Why are we not hearing about this on CNN? Why are we not hearing about this on Fox, NBC? Breaking news reports. Because they're too busy worried about the Black Lives Matter. Does that matter? Yes. They're too busy worried about stop the police brutality. Does that matter? Yes. They're too busy worried about Corona scaring the hell out of the public. Yeah, we know that matters. The Republicans, the election, the Democrats, Antifa. But what about child lives matter? Don't they matter? I think they matter more. And for me personally, it's the most important thing. Out of everything that I see on this thumbnail, the children are the most important thing to D. Jefferson. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the children that's the future of us. Of anything that's going to be of this planet, it's the children, my nieces, my nephews that I'm building for. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought everything was about the children. But it seems like with the media right now, nothing is about the children. And that's my problem.
Yeah, I think you haven't made the conversion to what modern media is. It's entertainment. It's not information.
Yeah. Oh, I've made the conversion, Smoke. What I'm trying to do is convert people to a real topic that we need to see. Look, it's like I said on the other live. People say, "Oh, what can we do? What can we?" It starts with one. That's how channels grow, guys. This is how social media channels grow. Basically, one person views that channel, then they push the like button, they share it on through their social media contacts and so forth and so on. And another person does it, then another person does it. And then the next thing you know, that one channel that was on YouTube 5 years ago has 10 million subscribers. How did that happen? It all started with one. So stop asking yourself, what can you do?
I agree with that.
Hold on. Don't ask yourself, what can you do? You hear the information that you're getting from here. If you believe it to be true, spread it. Spread that information to people that you know. Share this live so that people can also get this information and they can share it. And then they can start doing their research and find out that all of the things I'm telling you guys are true. These people are already getting locked up. Go ahead, El Jefe.
I was gonna say I agree with that, but you also have to take in consideration the power these people have. Anytime you say something, close to the truth, your channel will disappear, bro. I've not only seen it with my channel, but I've seen it with many other channels that have disappeared. Their social media disappeared. They get how do you say it, bro? A lot of false accusations start coming their way. They try to destroy their character. You know what I'm saying? So they can destroy you in public, your public image. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, so let's look. I'm glad you said that, El Jefe. So everybody check this out. Let me pull this down right quick. So I'm glad you said that. This is why we shouldn't listen to the media. This is an example of why we shouldn't listen to the media. And everybody, again, want to crucify Donald Trump for everything he says. He came out, he says fake news. He's telling you guys fake news, fake news. Fake news is like I was telling you, like I say all the time, suggestive journalism, guys. These journalists are trained to distort the truth, take the truth and make you believe what they want you to believe. And this is the type of tactics they're using to mask what's going on to the public. I'm telling you now, something that El Jefe is saying is probably correct on the information. Look, guys, we got 14 people in here. 14 people. I'm telling y'all, share it now. Share it on Twitter, Instagram. Share it now so people can come in live. No fucking way. I usually always have more than 14 people. These are messages. These are things that they don't want to get out. They don't want the common people knowing these things that I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't give a shit because it's a damn shame that nothing about the children is being talked about. But here's an example of Elizabeth Cohen. The same writer for CNN. This is what's wrong with these people. People think Donald Trump's so crazy because he say grab him in the pussy. When he tell you fake news, listen, guys, this is what we've been being deceived about. You can hate Donald Trump all you want, but everything he says is not idiotic. President Trump is wrong in so many ways about hydroxychloroquine studies. Here are the facts. Okay, this was by Elizabeth Cohen, CNN. Okay, April 31st, 2020. She later wrote a report, studies find hydroxychloroquine helped coronavirus patients survive better. Elizabeth Cohen. So wait a minute, bitch. You write a fucking article, first discrediting Donald Trump, saying he's dead wrong, blah, 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 blah. And then you come out and write an article yourself saying that, oh, it really helps people. Wait. Didn't you just discredit the president and mash him up because it was a media bash at the time, guys? Understand this. And then Trump get up there and say, oh, fake news. And people like Trump's crazy. They got it right there, right on the news. They expose you. They expose you. But the same reporter that so-called exposed him comes back and agrees with him weeks later. And she writes it in on CNN. Same reporter, Elizabeth Cohen. Wow. Stop fucking sucking up every goddamn thing the media tells you. This is the point of what I'm saying here. Stop sucking up the shit the media tells you. It's called suggestive journalism. They take the truth, they deliver it in a way to offer a certain perspective, and that perspective is going to fit whatever agenda they're pushing, and it's probably not going to agree with what the truth really is. That's called suggestive journalism. It's what Trump was talking about when he said fake news. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, this, while I understand, right, suggestive journalism happens, Trump is one of the progenitors of fake news. He says these things. So this whole grab him by the pussies thing, what it was with the smoking gun, because all these women that came out and said that he had sexually assaulted them were called liars. So then they had a tape of him saying,
right, well,
so then he couldn't get out. So
real quick.
So while you're running for president, that is
okay. Smoke, real quick, not to cut you off, real quick, not to cut you off, but I need you right now. Trump is skunk. Trump is full of shit. Okay, I want to stick to the media right now, blinding the fucking people and masking over the child trafficking, because I want to attack the media right now. You're right about Trump. I don't really want you to give a soliloquy about how fucking full of shit Trump is, because he's full of shit. That's another topic, and I'm not even saying you're not right about that. But let's stick to, put all of that energy that you get ready to give out, Smoke. I want you to revert that energy and put it into the media, and how the media is blinding the public to this child trafficking situation, and the fact that they're masking this very serious situation. Fuck Trump right now, because he's a serious situation, but we get enough of that. That's what the media is pumping to us. What you're doing right now, like how you was getting ready to go in on Trump, and you were correct. That's what the media's been doing. And it's that kind of shit that's keeping us blinded from the real situation. These kids being taken. It's that kind of hatred for this man. It's that kind, I'm not saying that you hating him, but it's that kind of desire to speak out against this man that's keeping people away from what I think we should all be focused on. What they're doing to our children, fam. I want you to turn that heat on to that for me right quick, Smoke, because you're right about
where I was going with that is that there are things that the media should be covering that are of importance to us. And that particular thing about during a presidential election, like who is going to be the commander in chief, I think that is actually a newsworthy thing. I don't think that is the media. The way that, Trump is also an entertainer, right? So he is the personification of what the media is right now. And in that sense, I don't, if it is, when it comes to the things that a citizen, an American citizen, should be informed and aware about and be involved in, that was it. Like that, I think that was an appropriate use of the media. What I don't think is an appropriate use of the media necessarily is tweets about this, that, and the other thing, right? So and I think that they, instead of talking about any number of things that are more important, that would save more lives, that would actually go against the special interests, that are very toxic to us and are a threat to our children and the adults, like at every stage of your life, it's a threat. It's not entertaining. So they don't talk about that. There's no special interest involved in it. They don't profit from talking about it. Nobody's interested in it as a means of making their lives either more divisive or entertaining, or there's not an emotional connection to it, right? It seems like it's somebody else's problem. But in order to I don't know about how you. What would you do to change the mainstream media? Because it is at this point what it is. It's just a commercial
You
interest.
don't change the mainstream media. You don't.
You
You don't
eliminate
even
them.
have to.
Yeah. I
What
don't know.
you
I don't
do
know
is
what you would do
this.
to do that, but
You got to eliminate the
but
system.
you can find alternate sources to stay informed. Like use the mainstream media, understanding it what it is, and you still keep an eye on it because some of the things that they cover are things that you should know about. But also find out other alternate sources even for that information, so you know that you have at least a broader perspective, right? That you're looking at. But as far as keeping the children safe, I think that is a family's responsibility, but it's also a neighbor's responsibility. It's also a community's responsibility, and it's not necessarily the media's job to do that. I feel like that's our job.
Facts. And I want to.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. I think that we shouldn't be informed about grab them in the pussy before we should be informed about our children being taken.
Facts.
So I'm not going to say that it's the media's job to do this or that. But again, when I'm taking charge at the fucking media right now, see, Smoke, this is where you and I don't fucking agree from, fam. Because I'm going at the media right now. I hope you understand, Smoke, that this live is about going at the media right now. And the fact that the media is being utilized as a tool to blind us from the fact of what's going on with the children worldwide. So what I don't want to fucking hear is that it's not the media job to do anything. If they can fucking sit up here and tell me about Trump grabbing them in the pussy, then I want them to tell me that mine and my neighbor's children are in fucking danger, Smoke. I don't want to fucking hear nothing about it's not their job to do. Fuck that, it is their job to inform us. And they're not informing us about our fucking children being in danger, but they're definitely keeping it posted everywhere about Trump saying grab them in the pussy. Nah, dog. What message you pushing right
whether
now?
there's a sexual predator sits in the Oval Office when he's running for office, I think
No. Again,
that is important detail for the media to.
Again, Smoke. I wanna pay attention to the fact that the media is pumping all of this other stuff. Don't tell me nothing about a sexual predator sitting in office when my fucking child is in danger, bro. Sex trafficking is going on, and you're saying nothing about it. See, but it's people like you that accept these stories about Trump saying grab him in the pussy, and these stories about Black Lives Matter, which is showing up at the time and being televised at the time when
You know why it is, D?
When there's a foot on the neck. You understand what I'm saying? That's when, you know what I mean? So that's being splattered all over the media. But the fact that Wayfair and our fucking faces are selling children right online, the fact that Epstein and all of his billionaire buddies and politicians are fucking passing 12-year-old, 13-year-old girls around like party fucking favors and getting caught for this, and a mere pittance of a report being put in the news about this. No, fuck that, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about it's not their responsibility. It is their fucking responsibility, dog. It's the media.
You know what it is, bro? It's because what they're saying about the Trump situation and other situations is that those news they sell. You know what I'm saying? So the
No,
news
I
is
get
also
that.
like a
Listen.
business.
Stop explaining to
Like
me the funny side of it.
Get the
Don't you
Smoke was
break that
saying.
all
So
down, bro.
it's like a
Slow down
clickbait type of situation. But I also want to give a quick shout out to Samuel Shaw. He put a hell of a comment. I don't know if you want to read it, bro. We have been lied since the beginning of time, bro.
Yeah. I read the comment.
Since Eve and
So look, the CDC is not an independent agency. It's a vaccine company. The CDC owns over 20 patents. It sells about $4.6 billion of vaccines every year. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Analyze that, guys. The CDC is an independent agency. It is a vaccine company. The CDC owns over 20 patents. It sells $4.6 billion of vaccines every year. Dr. Fauci, the critically acclaimed Dr. Fauci, the accepted professional, the most respected, whatever fucking titles they give this guy, is basically the head dog for the CDC. They want to keep selling $4.6 billion. Now, when we look at the fear that they're pumping in the media about COVID-19, 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 and they're trying to figure out a vaccination that Fauci won't take, Bill Gates ain't gonna take it. None of these fuckers are gonna take it. They're pushing on us and pushing the public to push on everyone else. They're not gonna take it, but they're pushing you to say that, yeah, we need it and we need to force my neighbor to take it too. And they're not gonna be taking this, guys. And they're pushing this idea. They're pushing this fear. They're talking about the bills, and all of the time, children are being trafficked and nothing's being heard about it. You got a guy like D. Jefferson talking about it. And generally, I would usually have 35 to 50 people on here. For some reason, we can barely stay over 20. Why do y'all think that is, bro?
It's a conspiracy, bro.
Dog, it's the title. It's the title. It's the thumbnail. It's everything. Fucking no notifications. But I had this set up since yesterday, guys.
And you know what it is also, bro, is because people don't want to hear the truth. People, you know, they don't like these topics. People want entertainment. You know what I'm saying? There's times where there's times where people rather hear El Jefe beef, bro, than when El Jefe speaks real facts, man. So you got to take that in consideration. People want to see other stuff, but they got to understand this is real life. This is happening. And Samuel Shaw put a hell of a comment again. He's saying about the media. Why would they report that?
Bro, you gotta learn how to hold on when I say hold on, dog. Because I don't want you fucking up here rambling on some bullshit right quick. For real, bro. I keep trying to reel you back in and keep you serious. I see Samuel Shaw's comments. I see everybody's comments. You see, it's easy as this for me to put comments up. I don't like, dog. I'm putting certain comments up that I want to put up. Stop telling me what comments to put up. I'm not putting up Samuel Shaw comments that agree with your points, bro. That's not what this show is about. Like, I agree with a lot of shit Samuel says. But again, bro, I want to keep things in context. Blinding us, dog. Blinding us. These, you know, listen, guys, El Jefe. Notifications are everything. People know that your lives are out. I didn't post this live on Discord and Instagram and Twitter like I usually do because more people would have came in. But people they do want to talk about these things. I'm telling you now, I know for sure people want to talk about these things because there are certain lives I had before, like the Black Lives Matter, when the notifications were going out. We had 108 people in the chat. That shit was fucking lit. 2,000 and something people viewed the damn thing. People want
that's a controversial topic, bro. This is not a controversial topic. This is
so people want to talk about the things that they don't know. There are people that can push certain buttons that are behind the scenes. Again, the media is being run by these people, guys. And that's why I'm saying it only starts here with us. You can spread this. Then the next person can spread this. That's why you get these videos that go viral that start getting taken down on different venues. Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. These people put up videos of the truth and they're getting taken down. It's not violating any of their policies or anything, but they keep snatching these videos down. The pandemic video, the plandemic video. I had to record that video and save it on a separate file because everywhere I would go to look at that video with the lady, it was being taken down. She didn't violate anything. She didn't violate any community guidelines or anything. What the fuck did they kept taking it down for? Every fucking platform. They would take it down off of Facebook. They would take it down. Explain that. Why were they doing that? This is why this live is not like the live like Eddie Hearn wants to take over boxing. We got 50 people in here. Because they send the notifications out for that, fam. You think that the algorithm don't pop? I'll put hashtags in. And the hashtag points to everything that I'm talking about here. People watch playbacks. That's why I implore you guys. Share these videos when we talk about these things. Share them. Put the information out there. I don't worry about YouTube not putting these notifications out. About that, I keep it moving. People will congregate and flow to the truth. You don't have to push the truth. People are searching for the truth. And once they get locked in, they stay locked in. That's just how it happens. So I'm not on the hunt for any subscribers or anything. Just keep talking the truth. Whether we talk power to mind, whether we talk to children like we're talking today, because the truth of the matter is, when it comes to these children, one thing I haven't heard anybody in here disagree with is the fact that the children should be the bigger picture. This thumbnail represents, metaphorically, the bigger picture. The children should be the bigger picture. Not the donkey, the fucking jackass, the elephant, the COVID, the Black Lives, our lives, police brutality, Antifa. They shouldn't be the bigger pie. Right now, they're dominating the media. It should be the children. The children should be the bigger picture. And that's not what we're getting, guys, at all, at any level. That's the point of this live today. That's why, not to be rude or anything, I wanted to reel you guys back in. I don't want to give the media any breaks for this.
So, I would, when you say the media should, I mean, the children should be the bigger picture. You know, I understand that from my understanding, from my perspective, children are the most oppressed group that exists, period, on the planet. Children, as far as human beings are concerned, right? So what do you mean by children should be the bigger picture?
What do I mean? Children should be the bigger picture? Because I think that it's, when we look at the democratic and political situation, when we look at the Antifa situation, when we look at the Black Lives Matter movement, that organization, that situation, when we look at that All Lives Matter down there, which is not even an organization or anything, those things are flooding the media right now. I think that spotlight should be on the children. That's what I mean metaphorically. That's why I also said smoke. I specifically said smoke metaphorically. So if you took anything literally, you already fucked up when I said metaphorically. But that's what I'm saying. Metaphorically, the children should be the bigger picture. But it's not. In the presence of the media right now, all of those other things are out in front of us. And they're not talking about the children. And maybe it should be reversed. Maybe the children should be the bigger picture. Metaphorically, smoke. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, I
know, but
I thought that what you're saying was, I thought the idea
literally. So I want to make sure that you didn't take it literally.
No, I wasn't. I wanted you to break it down because I thought that there was more to it than just that generalization, right? So I wanted for everybody to understand what it was, not just clarifying some point for me. But right. So would you take stories out, or are you just talking about adding the children in?
You said what?
With this, metaphor, like would you rather add the children as a story like that the mainstream media covers? You want to add the children, or are you saying subtract all of these other things and put the children in there instead?
Even talk about the children. Goddamn, at least have a report. Smoke, you're not even hearing about it. It's just non-existent. Like, dude, this is not even a factor. You know how many news reports, how much was the media flooded when that cop had his knee to the back of George Floyd's neck. It was all over blasted. And kids are getting snatched up every day, and you hear nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Wayfair situation. People actually have been taken to jail now, arrested, prosecuted over this, and you hear nothing spoke about selling children over the internet. Yes, it needs to share the pie, bro, and it should share a bigger piece of the pie. This is something that we should be focused on. If we're going to focus on these negatives of the world, then the focus should be on this, but there is no attention given to it, fam. So I'm not saying that we dismiss or forget about the foolery Trump does, or we dismiss or forget about Black Lives Matter or police brutality. I'm not saying that at all, but not to speak on what's going on with the children, hardly at all, because that's what's going on. Like I say, you have to hunt and dig for the information that I'm getting you. And Samuel Shaw is why, this is why I put his comment up, because I was about to attack you for the same fucking reason, bro. You are a part of the problem, bro. You're a part of the problem, Samuel Shaw. D, you doing the same thing the media is doing. You choose to put up whatever fits your talking points. Let OG see, you're a part of the problem, Samuel Shaw. Because the foolishness at whatever level it comes from blinds the people, Samuel Shaw. Again, what's the bigger point? Letting El Jefe rip on his foolishness half the time, or talking about the kids, dude? And I'm not doing shit that the media does, Samuel Shaw. I'm not doing a goddamn thing that the media does, because I'm not trying to mask anything. I just said Black Lives Matter. Police brutality matters. What the media is doing is they're pumping that shit, Samuel Shaw, and trying to mask over what's really going on. Because a lot of people that run the media are responsible for the child trafficking, Samuel Shaw. So can y'all keep it serious? Did you think about Samuel Shaw? See, you and Boxing Monster have got on some kick where y'all are super supportive of El Jefe and everything. But fuck all of y'all on that bullshit that y'all doing right now.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro.
Fuck all y'all on that bullshit that y'all doing right now. I'm not talking about you, El Jefe. I'm talking about Samuel Shaw and Boxing Monster and anybody else where y'all all super supportive of El Jefe right now. Fuck all of that, especially when I'm trying to be serious, okay? Because it ain't really about El Jefe talking right now or disrespecting or letting El Jefe rip. I'm trying to be serious. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't have his back when I was the only one that had his fucking back. So don't fucking come at me like y'all telling me shit about El Jefe. Because when all of y'all motherfuckers was like, get him off the channel and won't support him, get him out of here and all of that, I was the only motherfucker that had his back. So fuck all of y'all with that dumb shit. And El Jefe, that's why I'm telling you, be quiet sometimes, because that's what I was about to say. Because none of them fucking had your back at that time, fam. None of them.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to hear shit about D. Jefferson, let El Jefe this, you beat, no.
Oh, wait.
Shit
Yeah,
about
I was just going to say something, bro, real quick.
all y'all that bullshit. Let's be serious. The children serious.
I am serious, bro.
Like, I'm being serious about these children. Like, I have this at high importance right now.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you saw the private chat. I left you some info there, bro. Some videos you can watch later on, man. Bro, I speak no foolishness, bro. That's just one thing I wanted to check you real quick. I 100% believe in what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might say it, you know, in a quirky way, but I 100% believe that's who the problem is, man. The people I put in the private chat. Check out that video, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I understand what it is to be crucified in these YouTube streets. I understand certain messages need to be pushed and certain narratives need to get eliminated, bro. And that's what the media does, bro. The media swindles things like how they want, the message, the agenda they're pushing. But I think the best way to eliminate the media is by, bro, I just said it, eliminating the media and restarting the whole media. The media has been in control by certain people, you know what I'm saying? I won't say their names, I won't say anything. And they control the world and control the narrative. So as long as they control the past and the present, they will control the future. There's things that we could do or messages we can push, but it would only get to a certain amount, bro. It's gonna take more than that. We need manpower. We need soldiers, and not only soldiers, military soldiers. We need soldiers of God, bro. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Samuel Shaw, bro, go read the chat, dog. Cause sometimes I don't know, dog. Who is they want to hear some. I have comments in the chat. See, I don't listen to other people, Samuel Shaw, like basically the same way I'm not listening to you right now with your demands. Because if you just scroll up, there's people in the chat that's telling me to mute El Jefe and they're tired of hearing El Jefe talk and all of that. But I wasn't listening to them no more than I'm listening to you right now. I don't listen to you guys with your request on who to let talk and who not to let talk. So thank you, but no thank you. Because for as much as you saying that you want to hear them talk too, was people that have always consistently said, guess what? They don't want to fucking hear Smoke talk. They don't want to hear fucking El Jefe talk. Ever. But I don't care about any of that. They talk anytime. So I similarly don't give a shit about what you're saying right now either, because it's just the opposite of what the other people say. I mean, it's pointless, dog. It's pointless. For as many people that don't want to hear me talk, as many people that do want to hear me talk. Same thing with El Jefe and Smoke. Facts are, let's stay on context. And fuck all that dumb shit you and Boxing Monster talking about, joking all the time. None of y'all motherfuckers supported El Jefe like me. None of y'all. Period. Regardless of where we at in this day and time. None of y'all supported El Jefe like me. All of y'all was against him at one point. Let's not fucking forget that. And that's a fact. And I was the only one who said El Jefe is family, bro, regardless. He's like that badass little cousin. You want to beat him up, but you love him anyway. He family. Y'all leave El Jefe alone. I've always supported him. So fuck the dumb shit that y'all talking about. I'm not even trying to entertain that. And El Jefe, if you ever entertain that, you crazy, bro. Because all of them that said that shit were against you at one point. Samuel included, Boxing Monster included. Didn't want you on at all. Trust and believe that. Fuck that shit. I keeps it 100 too. All of them motherfuckers was against you, and I wasn't. So they.
I believe in forgiveness, bro. You know what I'm saying? I believe in forgiveness. I believe we can move on from this. We could grow from this situation, and you know what I'm saying? Keep on pushing this positivity, which is what the world needs, bro.
Yeah, I believe that you shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I believe you shouldn't allow yourself to be angered at anyone in the first place. Therefore, you won't have to forgive them because you were never mad with them. You were never upset. You never sought vindication. You never hated them. So you'll never have to forgive them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I look at this point, bro. Like this is YouTube, man. It's all about spreading the positive energy, the positive movement, not only in boxing but in the world. Even my biggest, supposed enemies like Johnny Boy. You know what I'm saying? I pray for him. I believe he's a lost man. I believe I could help him, bro. So let's keep on talking about this leadership, bro.
Listen, you and Johnny Boy can't help each other. Y'all can't.
I could save him, bro. I could save him.
No, you can't. You got El Jefe saving to do. But let's get back to the kids though. See, and that's what Samuel Shaw wants to hear, right? He wants to go off my topic and start talking about you saving Johnny Boy. Let El Jefe rock. That's what you want, Samuel Shaw. But how about let's talk about the kids, Samuel Shaw? Because I just let El Jefe rock. Now he was going to talk about how he could save Johnny Boy. I don't really prefer the live to go that route, Samuel Shaw. How about that one? So El Jefe, let's get back to the kids. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Shout out to Samuel Shaw.
Yeah, shout out to Samuel Shaw, Boxing Monster. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'll tell you like this. I'm going to start doing more lives. I'm going to start digging on more information, and I'm going to bring more awareness to what's going on with the children, because it's not being talked about. Not through mainstream media, and I don't even think that it's being talked enough about underground media either. I mean, people are more likely to talk about NBA Youngboy and Doja Cat and fucking Megan Thee Stallion than they are talking about the children being taken. Mainstream media is more willing to talk about LeBron James, COVID-19, and Trump saying grab him in the pussy than the children being taken. And to a certain extent, like I said earlier in the live, I'm guilty because I'll talk more about Teofimo Lopez, LeBron James, John Jones, instead of the children being taken. So I think media in general, we're all doing a poor job of just pretty much ignoring this very important topic, bro. Very important topic. Raider, what's up?
Hey, what's cracking, guys? How's it going?
It's good, man. Just talking about the children, the fact that the media is pushing, COVID-19, of course, and the media is pushing topics that are relevant. But there's a very relevant topic, very important topic, and we're hearing nothing about it. And I think that this is an issue. I don't think that everybody much agrees with me today. But I think that this is a huge issue that the children are being trafficked. Our children are in danger, and it's like it's being washed under the rug. I think it's a danger with our children right here in America, and it's no importance. It's no importance in our media. It doesn't seem that there's any focus on it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. This is a huge topic, and it should be talked about more than what it is about, because you don't really hear anything about it. Right now that you said that, I wanna look at the numbers of how many kids are missing under government custody. I'm gonna look that up.
You said how many kids are missing under what?
Under government custody, like when they take kids away from parents.
Oh,
yeah. A lot of those kids they go missing.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when they're like over 14 years old, they probably run away. There's a lot of runaways. I know that for a fact.
Well,
but there is a lot that are under 14 that are not runaways and they go missing. So I want to see what the percentage of that is too.
Well, they have numbers now. Here's the thing, Raider. I'm glad you came on and see. This is what I wanted to talk about, things like that. Because I read something on that as well. It's very common, and they're being listed and labeled as runaways, but they're being taken, bro. They're being taken, and they're being taken off from this country. So they're not going to find them in any backwoods. They're not going to find them in some other state. They're not going to find them 10 years later in Vegas as a prostitute on the street. They're being taken out of the country. That's what's happening to them. And they're being listed as runaways. Some of these agencies, some of these foster care facilities are actually, they wait to report it and still get paid off of these children, and they're not even there.
Yeah, that's crazy. What do you think the number of missing children are a year in the United States?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying earlier before you jumped on. It's been reported. The report was a little over 3 million. But
a year?
A year. But that report, okay, from just like you said about the foster homes, right? That's one situation where they're saying other situations are probably not being accounted for, which means that the reports of 3 million would probably be exceeded if those other situations were being accounted for.
Yeah, so, yeah, kind of like women that's being raped.
Right.
Some they don't know. Some women don't even report that stuff.
Right. It's going on inside of the households, like fathers raping daughters or nieces and shit, and it's never reported. So it's just like that. Like so many more are being, this is happening to. But, you know, so the numbers for the children are probably much higher. And the one situation.
And that's crazy. Like, fuck, 3 million kids a year disappearing. That's something that should get addressed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't. That's a lot, dude. That's like a fucking whole metropolis in some places, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
and
that's 1% of the population. I'm
right.
sure it's a huge population number for. I don't think there's that many children in America, so it's even a higher percentage of actual children. That's 1% of the overall population, damn near.
Well, here's the thing. I don't see with children being born every second of the day, and we say 3 million children, or 370 million people in this country smoke. I believe there is way more than 3 million children in this country. So,
no, but
and then hold on. And then this too, we have to understand that these reports are for children that most likely have social security numbers, have been through some type of schooling system or census bureau. It doesn't account for all of these other children that's coming through, that's here illegally, that all of these other situations. These children that can basically be taken and nothing can be said about because there's no record of them, but they're here in America. There's so many of these children this is happening to. And so the estimation was 3 million, but you got to believe it's more. It's probably more.
So I get what Smoke is saying. Smoke is saying that basically that's the percentage of the population, but Smoke's saying the population of children, which is even less than 350 million. Say an average family or whatever is two adults and 2 kids. Of course, you know, there's some people that don't have kids, and there's some people that have a lot of kids. So just say an average of half are kids. That would be 175 million. That's just kids. That's not including child, because some are going to be older than 18. So some of these kids that are missing are under 18. So you would have to factor that in too, which would be maybe like 100 million kids. So out of 100 million kids, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but you know what I mean. Smoke knows what I'm talking about. So like 3% out of 100 million is a lot, you know. Well, I don't know.
That's a group of kids. I'm saying that's of our population. Yes, that if there's anywhere close to those numbers, this would be a huge news story.
Exactly, and that's what these trying to put the spotlight on, you know, on these kids that are missing, which is it's crazy, man. That's too many kids in my book. You know what I mean?
And see, this is the whole thing, guys, and this is the whole thing. Why I'm bringing this to the attention, and I'm going to talk about this more and more often, because it's not if those are the numbers. And I hate to say this like as if I know things, because I don't know any more than that is the problem. The numbers are that high, and we ain't hearing shit about it. That's what's so alarming with all the research that I do. Is so many kids are going missing. So many kids are being taken. So many kids are being victimized, abused, and people don't even like. It's amazing that it's that. Look at the response here. It's amazing. No, wow, that's amazing. Is that right? Could it really be that? That's my problem with all of this, because it is those numbers. And I mean, we ain't even fucking talking about it. The numbers are that drastic with this situation, and we ain't even fucking talking about it. We're more likely to talk about grabbing in the pussy.
You misunderstood what I was talking about.
Huh?
You misunderstood what I was talking. You misunderstood. I was talking about Raiders numbers. He was saying I'm just throwing numbers out there. And I was saying
no, okay, I get that, but I'm
estimating.
talking about the numbers of the children. That is that many number. The number is that high. That many children.
That's what I'm saying. When I said if it's anything close to that number, I was talking about Raiders estimates.
Okay, but what I'm saying, Smoke, I get that. I'm saying it is close to those numbers. So I get what you were saying, but I was kind of piggybacking off of what you were saying. That just that idea. And that's the idea that a lot of the public would have, like, if they started getting this information. Well, man, I didn't know that, but if it's anywhere close to numbers like that, then, man, we should have been talking about this. But that's what I'm saying. That's how blind the public is, because the numbers are like that, and we ain't talking about it. We don't even fucking hear about it. So I get what you're saying, but that's the point I'm making, based off of what you're saying, and just the idea of looking at it in that light. That, wow, those numbers, this crazy that the numbers are that high and we're not talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah, right. So, the number I was referring to was the percentage of the children being taken, right?
All right, gotcha.
And that was just based on an estimate. Yeah, that's based on an estimate. So, they're saying that the 3 million is an underreported number, actually. So it's even a greater percentage than the estimates, the guesstimates that Raider was providing, right? So however you slice it, it should be a huge news story.
It should be huge. What I think is it should be huge news stories. You understand what I'm saying? Like, again, if Ellen DeGeneres was arrested and it was proven that she was child trafficking, it would be on news stories all around in Denver, in Europe, because she's a mega star. So it should be news stories on this all around. But where are the news stories at? The Wayfair situation, like I said, with the Wayfair situation, how much did we hear about that? Some people don't even know about it. Smoking what shit about that you didn't even know about?
I'm not.
If that was Ellen DeGeneres getting arrested for child trafficking, you think you wouldn't know about it?
Hey, but you know what? You know what's a trip, D, is that sometimes you do hear about some of these kids disappearing. You know, like the John Benet Ramsey. Remember all those cases, like
America's Most Wanted guy.
Yeah, but these stories usually get covered in small rural places. You know, like in the major cities, like Detroit and LA and New York, where there's a bunch of people. And people go missing all the time. It's not a big deal. You know, they don't put that out. To us, it's a big deal, but not to the news, to the media. You know, is what I'm trying to say. You know,
I got a quick question for Raider, bro. Yo, Raider, what's going on, bro? You think when these kids, right, they catch them, you know what I'm saying? They pick them up. What do they do with them, bro?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they put them in a room somewhere, and they keep them there. I mean, there's a lot of stories where they found kids in these fucking little secret dungeons, and they put them in rooms and they tie them up and they don't let them go, and just horrible stories, you know, just bad. And they probably fucking not sell them, but like rent them out to these pedophiles. I don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy shit out there.
Well, many things happen to him, bro. Like, that's some of the stuff what Raider was talking about. You know, they auction them off. They sell these kids. They put them in prostitution rings. They send some like boys, guys. This is happening. This is not just young girls. They're snatching young boys up too, and they sending them off to. You guys know, you hear of these monasteries. And you hear stories of young boys being locked away down. And this stuff is really happening, bro. They snatch these young boys up off the street. They send them off. They sell them. And these kids are locked down in the dungeon and being used as sex toys. basically year after year after year.
That's where like dudes like Jeffrey Epstein come in, and they do their
Hey,
Well,
but
their
hey,
dirty work.
not to go off topic, but there a lot of shit you see in movies probably does happen in real life. You know, you see shit like that in movies. Like you guys remember that movie Hostel, where they for the rich people they buy these people and they get to torture them however they want and shit. But they buy these people and they torture them. It's kind
Man,
of weird, but I'm pretty sure that shit for the elitists out there, or people that want to have the feeling of killing somebody, so they buy these. I don't know, man. I think all this shit
sadistic.
somehow is connected somehow, man.
And it's great for us to explain to the people what they're doing with these kids, to not only to show, bro, to just show the evil things that could happen. It's not that they just go missing and they go missing. A lot of horrible things happen to them. A lot of people lose their life. A lot of these kids, you know what I'm saying, never recover from what happens to them. Many die. Many, you know what I'm saying. So we gotta
Yeah,
tell the people what's really happening, bro.
and that must be like the one of the worst feelings you can ever have in your life is having your child missing. Oh man, that man, that just fucking it just gives me the shivers just thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like imagine your kids like missing, like somebody took them, and you don't even know if you're ever gonna see them again. You won't even sleep at night, dude.
and that
How you?
element of danger is here in this country, and
That's what I'm saying.
because the news and the media doesn't talk about these things, people are too comfortable, and that's what I'm saying. This is a problem, and this is why I'm saying these things need to be talked about, because I just spoke about this earlier. People will sit in their house, they'll watch Jerry Springer, Judge Judy, The Walking Dead, and their kids are right outside in danger. They're not even paying attention, not keeping an eye on them. And then if another child, you got 4 kids playing around, a grown man comes up and snatches one of them, jumps in the car and hauls ass down the street. Another child comes knock on your door while you're watching The Walking Dead. Somebody just took your son and jumped in the car. You have about a 5 to 6 hour window for the police to track them down, and it's a good chance you'll never see them again. That's the reality of it. And that shit happens in this country. But the media is more focused on Trump saying, grab him in the pussy.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes on that should be in the news that's not in the news. That's for damn sure.
I don't know who is I don't know whoever's timing out Ron Zero. Stop, please. My man Boston Nick in the building and Nick Harmon in the building. What's good with you guys?
Yeah, man. I think.
Go ahead, Alfred.
Yeah, I just think the media, you know what I'm saying, that they're trying to cover their own traces of the people that own them, like Sam Shaw was saying. But at the end of the day, the media just they want to sell controversial topics, things that sell, bro. It's a product at the end of the day, clickbait type of shit, man. Controversy. So I guess that's their job. I don't really watch their shit anymore, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do my individual research, man. And it's 2020, man. It's year of the freedom thinkers, bro. Thank God you guys have a clean brain, man. Everybody on the chat, on the panel, man. We could all think for ourselves. We could all make conclusions of what we believe is right, wrong, what needs more. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, bro. Whatever. Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Nah, I feel you. And okay, so here's something Hefe was alluding to earlier. And I didn't want to go down, but guys, our kids are being taken for a certain practice called spirit cooking, where they get certain energies off of the fear of children. Okay, and I don't want to dig into that too deep, but that's what El Jefe was talking about.
Ooh-wee.
There's a spiritual war going on out here, man. And they torture these children. Sometimes, guys, it's not even for sexual practices. It's for what El Jefe was getting ready to dig into, this spirit cooking.
Yep.
They torture these kids, literally torture them, and they end up killing them. And then they drink the blood.
Yep.
And they drink the blood for the reasons of empowering themselves spiritually. There are evil spirits, and there are what are believed to be, well, I would say what are believed to be evil entities and what are believed to be good entities. It just depends on what are you looking at the nature of it is. But there are entities that are out for certain things that are to rob energies. You have energies, man. And you know, this spiritual war is all about. And that's what El Jefe was gonna dove into, I'm pretty sure. You know.
Damn.
It's like a high they get.
Hey, what you're saying is true. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying that if that's true, man, fuck, dude. Those dudes, man. I personally, if I ever met one of those dudes and I knew they did that, I'll feed those foods to the cartels, man.
It's like
the cartels would know exactly what to do with those dudes.
Raider, it's called adrenochrome, okay? And to extract it, you have to perform certain rituals, and kids flourish in it, okay? And through fear and certain emotions and getting the adrenaline of the body to, you know, getting the body to produce the adrenaline, you produce the adrenochrome, which is what they're after. It's real stuff, guys. And again, I don't like to dig into a lot of this because you guys had any clue of the shit that I read and study into, but it's real stuff, this spirit cooking. But that's what El Jefe was alluding to, and that's a whole nother live, and that's why I didn't really want to go in there. Not to cut you off, El Jefe. I knew you were right, bro. I know you're right about that, but I'm pretty sure that's where you were going.
Yeah, that's where I was going. I think that's one of the biggest factors why kids go missing and why the media covers it up.
It has a lot to do with that, and that's why people would think it's all about pedophilia. That's why I just wanted to share that, El Jefe, and let you know that I'm not bashing you all the time. You were right, because that's a huge factor, in my opinion, of why these kids are being taken. It's not all about the pedophilia and the sex trafficking. It's about forces that people don't even understand, and they're not even privy to. So these kids are being taken under those pretenses. Remember, guys, you have to dispose of this. After they suck all the adrenochrome out of them, that these bodies have to be disposed of. So this is not for a sexual nature. This is to utilize it and get rid of it. They have to disappear, right? And it sounds harsh, but this is a reality. This is what's going on. And these very wealthy people, or these very people that practice these spiritual beliefs, they snatch these kids up, they utilize them, they torture them, and they get rid of them like they're an ant or a bug. And millions of children this has been happening to for centuries.
Yep.
I got a jet real quick. I just wanted to just say one thing. Like, you know, one thing we can do as citizens is pressure our states to make sure that there's some sort of alert that goes out whenever a child gets abducted, and also keep your eyes on your children.
Yeah, and take it serious, guys. Do your research, and like I said, share the official scorecard. What's up, Smoke? You can come back, Smoke. I think you fell off. But share these lives. I'm going to start doing my part to talk about this more. I'm going to dig more, and just like today, I brought you guys some little clips. I'm going to start bringing. I decided to do that anyway, because I always sit up here and talk about what I read. I read this. That's why I brought those clips for you guys today, because I want to share things with you guys that I read. Like, you know, that thing that I put up, let me see, about the CDC. You know, people always want to question me. Well, D. Jefferson, you saying this, and you saying that. Well, this is why I'm going to start bringing this type of stuff to the table, because you can get mad at me for saying the things I say and bring to the table, but the reality is, yeah, Nick, I didn't get the email. I look for it, but the reality is, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said that shit, fuckers. You know what I mean? Because I sit up here and I say, so like if I'm sitting here arguing with my sis Catacor, and I sit up here and I say, well, the CDC is just a fucking business day, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're saying that, but then she's going to come at me. Okay, well, I'm basically just saying this because Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said it. He probably knew about a lot about it, and he knows that they control patents. They're about money. So these are the things that I brought forward. These are the things that I bring forth to you guys. I don't just speak out the side of my ass, bro. Like, I do a lot of research. I read on a lot of things for a long time now, 23 years or so. And this is the information I share. So I'm going to start doing things like this, bringing these things to the table. You know, guys, all of this stuff about the Rothschilds and Wayfair and all of that kind of stuff, bro. I'm going to just start bringing it to the table and showing you guys flat out, you know, the information that I got. We can discuss it from there because I'm not making this stuff up, guys. This is what's out here for all of us. We just have to dig for the truth sometimes. The media's not going to give us the truth.
Hey, D,
Yep.
you know what would be a good topic, I think? I don't know if you would want to talk about it on one of your lives later. False flag operations.
Oh, yeah.
You might need another channel for that type of talk, bro.
No, we can talk about that. Would be something maybe on Sundays. Power to Mind, we can talk about anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying because a lot of channels get flagged for that type of shit.
Man, look, I'm not worried about getting flagged. I've been flagged twice. I know I've talked about way more than 2 dicey topics. Way more.
Yeah, man.
I've had 2 videos pulled down. I didn't argue. I didn't dispute it. I just pulled the shit down and was like, fuck it. But I've been flagged twice. Once by your boys. I don't care what you say. Once I got flagged by your boys. H Money and DSL DJ. They did that shit, nigga. I already know they did it.
Hey, bro. I want to say, hell of a show, man. I don't know how much longer you're going to be on, but
no, I'm getting ready to close it out. But before you leave, give me some closing thoughts because I do got to go through something. I got to take care of something. Boston Nick, if you're still in the chat, I'm getting ready to talk to Jimmy. We get ready to have that meeting. But I didn't get your email. Send it again. speakyourmindsportstalk@gmail.com. Go ahead and give me some closing thoughts. I'll have faith. Damn, I got it.
Yeah, man. Hell of a show. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the conclusion I was trying to come up in the beginning, you closed it out in a beautiful way. There's a lot of mysteries in this world. That's one of them, bro. We don't know what happens to these children. We got to protect them. We got to come together as, you know, because at the end of the day, we're the working class people, bro. We got to come together. We got to organize. We got to, you know, okay. I'm not saying police your own neighborhood, but, you know, take care of, you know what I'm saying? At least get together in your own hood, bro. Yeah, bro.
Go ahead, Jefe.
Yeah, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in the hood, bro,
I'm gonna let him get you. Go ahead, Jefe. Go ahead, cause he trying to.
Can I respond, bro?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Johnny boy, you a bitch, bro. You ain't about shit, man. You a straight hoe, bro. But let me say this real quick. If I'm in the hood, right? I'm in the hood. I'm outside smoking a blunt. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a neighbor's kids that are outside playing, I'm in patrol. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's my neighborhood. I see the cars that come in and out, bro. I see a suspicious car, bro. I'm stopping. I'm saying, what's going on, bro? What are you doing here? Why are you trying to talk to these kids? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm patrolling my hood. And I want to inspire everybody on here. Protect your neighborhood, protect your kids, protect your family, man. God bless the Second Amendment, man. And let's keep it 100. Johnny boy, you a hoe. Go ahead, Raider.
Go ahead, Raider. Johnny, you asked for that. I had to put your super chat. Johnny boy, appreciate you with the super chat. Not the message, but whatever, man. Y'all two like fucking badass brothers and shit. Give me some closing thought, Raider.
No, man, yeah, just like how you guys were saying, fucking keep an eye on your kids, man, for sure. Especially you have young ones. Because I mean, if you're out there not looking at them and you're doing your own thing and you're not looking at your kids, that might be the last time you ever see your kids. Somebody comes and snatches them up. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all I got to say, man.
All right, I appreciate you, Raylan. I appreciate all you guys coming out.
All right, peace out.
All right, brother. Listen, guys, this is not. We're gonna talk about this some more. I think maybe I got a couple of topics for Sunday, and me and Punch want to try to. Oh, I thought that was something. That is something. Great, but me and Punch drunk. Have an important time. I got a couple of topics stacked up for the power of the mind, guys, but I think that this is something we need to talk about in depth a little more too, and keep bringing this to awareness. Tomorrow is going to be back to sports again, of course. I can't abandon sports. Y'all know that. Every now and then we're going to talk about these things, and we're going to keep light on the children because it's not being talked about enough. And me personally, I just have a problem with that. I have a problem with it not being talked about enough because the children are of high importance. High importance. They are to me, guys. To me, I hold them as priority because you guys have heard me say plenty of times that as people, as Americans, we don't hold ourselves accountable enough for our own failures, for the problems that we cause ourselves. The African American community, don't get me started. Y'all know how I come down on my own community about accountability. Well, the children, guys, they can only take the cards that's dealt to them. These children are born in the world. They don't have the choice. We have choices as adults. So I hold the children of the world, all the children, white, black, Chinese, doesn't matter. Wake up. Because all of our children are in danger. They're in danger right now. And I hold the children of the world to high priority, high, some of the highest. And our media is not holding our children to that high standard, to that high priority. It's more about Donald Trump saying grab him in the pussy. It's high priority in the media, where the Wayfair situation might get a minute clip, but they're selling children online right in front of our faces. And that's my issue. So I think we need to talk about this more. Of course, we're going to talk about the sports. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. This is what we do. Well, Speak Your Mind is in there too. And I want to speak my mind about everything. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about everything. Well, look, man, love y'all. I got an appointment, actually. I got to adhere to. So, great conversation as usual, man. It's all about the kids, guys. You know, it's all about the kids. And if the media don't want to focus on it, do your due diligence, do your research. Go find out what's actually going on because it's a dangerous situation. Keep an eye on the beautiful kids, your beautiful nieces, nephews, little cousins. Love the children. Watch out for them. Make sure these evil individuals don't get a hold of them. Y'all know I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.